Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show. And now, here's Jeff Crilley.
Good Saturday morning, DFW. It's a great day to be alive, and we've got a jam-packed show. And my first guest is on a mission to help women discover their brilliance and beauty. Jeanna Doyle is my guest. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you for having me back. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So you are coming out with a new book, and it's you've described it as a Cinderella story.
Yes, because it's self-published. It's the first of its kind. Currently, there are no books on wig selection for women experiencing hair loss for any reason. So the statistics for these women are staggering, and there's nothing out there. I was basically told I would have to self-publish, that nobody would pick up this book.
So tell me about your journey. How did this book start?
Yeah, so I started the nonprofit Sweet Hope in 2013. And that was from shopping with a girlfriend for a wig and finding out really that I knew a lot about this, and women experiencing this didn't have any idea what to look for when shopping for a wig or how to address the loss of eyebrows and eyelashes. So that kind of led me on the journey that started the nonprofit. Once I started the nonprofit, I was trying to gain awareness about it. So I spoke to a friend who worked with a lot of presenters, and she said, well, they all have books, so you might want to write a book. So I said, okay, I'll write a book. And when I started looking into it and realized there was nothing on the subject, I knew I had an idea for a book that I wanted to write.
And the audience is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, there are 30 million women with hereditary hair loss, 6.7 million women in the U.S. with cancer, 6.5 million people with alopecia. And then there's lots of numbers for women, like they may have other issues with their health that would create hair loss for them. Even women lose their hair during pregnancy. So there's just lots of numbers there for people with hair loss and nothing to help them select a wig.
And for those who aren't familiar with it, the wig industry's come a long way. I mean, this ain't your grandma's wig, is it?
Yeah, the wig industry has really come very far, and they're starting to make advancements for people who have permanent hair loss through alopecia, maybe areata, or are having long-term hair loss with treatment. And the caps of the wigs are designed for more comfortably. They have lace front wigs where the hairline is indetectable, or a monofilament top where you could move the part around. And the fibers and the synthetics that they're using, if they're not using natural hair, are really great options for women.
And so give us a glimpse inside the book. What are some of the chapters? Okay,
so the chapters, first of all, the book was designed to be beautifully stimulating for women. So it's not a reminder of illness. It's something to kind of aspire to their higher self and speak to that. So the chapters are it's a short read. It's like about 140 pages. There's really cute chapter titles, like one is called The Big Bang Theory, how to get more bang for your buck, synthetic versus human, man versus machine, and hairy tales and things like that. It's lighthearted, but very straightforward, so that they could read the book and shop in the same day.
Is there a big difference between synthetic and human?
There's a big difference between why you would want one or the other. So if you're going through short-term hair loss, a synthetic wig is a great option because you can wash it and go. A human hair wig, like your own hair, would need to be styled, and you'd have to maintain that hair. So that's better for someone with a long-term hair loss, like alopecia, or someone who wanted to deal with styling the wig. So.
And I know through your nonprofit Sweet Hope, and that's sweet like hotel suite, that you when a woman is going through cancer, or she's already feeling bad, and how she looks on the outside or how she presents herself to the outside world makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, there are lots of studies, thousands of studies on body image and how it affects women going through treatment, women and men going through treatment. And what a wig can do is it can offer a woman privacy. And a lot of people forget that when you lose your hair suddenly, you've lost all privacy. People know that something's going on with your health. And for some women, maybe they have grandkids and they don't want to startle their grandkids or their own children. So it's not always that the wig is for you. Sometimes it's for others to make them more comfortable. So having that wig that offers you that privacy as a way for women to resume their daily activities with confidence, and that really helps with their overall sense of well-being.
My guest right now, Jeanna Doyle. She is the author of Wig Ed, a book that will be coming out here in the next few weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, we're looking for an October release.
That's outstanding. And today is a special day for Sweet Hope, isn't it?
Yes, Sweet Hope. We have an awareness event. It's called Sweet Solidarity, or S2. And we ask for people to go out and wear a wig and support our solidarity of someone that they love who's experienced hair loss. August is actually National Hair Loss Awareness Month. So we plan that event in August, and we just ask people to wear a wig and post about their experience.
Tell us a story from either Sweet Hope or the course of writing the book. What of a difference that finding the right wig has made for a woman in your life?
Yeah, there's so many great stories. I worked with one woman in particular, and she was going through job interviews. And so it was imperative that she establish her look not only for the interview, but for the period of time where her own hair would be growing back, because she didn't want to alert her future employer that she was going through a health issue. And that helped her maintain privacy going through that.
What are you hoping that people will get out of your book?
Information. I want this book to demystify wigs. There's a lot of categories why people would wear a wig. One is privacy, the other is convenience, and the third is transformation. So for any woman looking for a wig for any of those reasons, to have the tools to know what to look for. What are the different things? How do I know my natural hair doesn't really translate well in a wig? Lots of people don't know that the look they have may need to be tweaked a little bit for it to translate in a wig.
And right now, since there is no book like yours, how are women getting this information? Are they just Googling it?
Yeah, well, there are thousands of websites that talk about wigs, but they're partisan because they're people talking about wigs that are selling wigs. And
Right.
The information's usually dry and technical, and it doesn't tell you really what to look for. What are the qualities that we want? In the book we talk about, there are myths about our natural hair and how that would translate.
And so your book is objective. You're writing it like a
Completely.
journalist.
Yes, exactly.
Outstanding. What's been the reaction of the people who have read the early editions of the book? And I know it's not out yet.
No, I had a test audience, a pretty large test audience actually, oncology social workers, wig experts, men, housewives, people who knew nothing and everything about wigs. And they really, the one big takeaway was that they learned a lot that they didn't know. And they really like the tone of it. So when you're speaking on a subject like this, it's it's not a welcome event to be losing your hair. And so to be spoken to about that, there's a certain way that you want to talk to this audience and make them feel good about whatever choice they make. So we chose a model that's in a wig cap for the cover, because I like the idea that if you choose to go without a wig, that you're still perfect and beautiful and whole.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful cover, and I can't wait to take a peek inside the book. So tell us more about Sweet Hope, because I know that you guys have been on our show before.
Yes.
And you have events throughout the year. What's the next big one that I know today is a special day, but are there some events that people can buy tickets to, or what's your big fundraiser?
We are going to tie the launch of the book with Sweet Hope, so it'll be a big coming out party for us, a big awareness event. So we'll have a book launch party. I don't have the date for that yet, but it'll be on the website, and then it'll be kind of like a fundraiser also for Sweet Hope.
Tell us about the process of writing a book, because I've written one, and it's not easy. I mean, you don't just bounce out of bed and say, okay, I'm going to crank out another chapter. Sometimes you have to be inspired. And
Yes. And I was really inspired by the need for the book, so that kind of drove me in what I want to tell women, and what do I tell women when I shop for them, what to look for. So that was my main inspiration, but I'm not a writer by trade. I do write articles for medical and beauty industry people, but I'm not a writer. And so for me, the initial writing was very easy, but then the editing was where all the work came in, and also designing the book so that it was a beautiful book and something women would want to look at, almost like a magazine. So there was just lots of considerations, but Self-publishing really gave me a lot of control, and I like that. So I got to really decide what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it, what images I wanted to project for women. And so for me, the biggest learning curve really is the marketing of the book.
Yeah. Well, tell me, so as you plan to roll the book out, would they be available in bookstores or wig shops, or where would people get the book?
Initially, we'll be sold on Amazon and through our website, and then we hope to gain a distribution, and then it'll be more widely available. It's really something that you would see as a point of purchase and decide to buy for a friend that was going through treatment. So we'd really like to see it in gift stores and bookstores, and so we'll see what happens with that.
Outstanding. Well, what's the website?
Wigad.com.
Jeanna Doyle. Thank you so much for being on the Jeff Crilley Show. We'll have to have you back.
Thank you very much.
When we come back, if you think you have a book in you that's crying to get out, my next guest says go for it. Inspiration from a woman who may be DFW's most prolific author is just ahead on the Jeff Crilley Show.
More of the Jeff Crilley Show coming up.